I know that you have made that decision that you want to show up here today. And I want to make it the best evening of your life. I don't want to double around. I don't want to mess up. I want to give you the evening of your lifetime, the evening that you deserve. The fact that you have sacrificed your time, or there's some echo, I need to mute the one on YouTube, because the fact that you have set out time in the next 1.5 hours, by the time you leave this place, you just have your mind blown out. So be ready. Be ready. Let me see in the chat. I want to see it blowing up. If you're together, okay, now I think they're coming. So if you are following us, if you can't hear me, you have challenges with audio, I have put a link in the description. You can follow us on YouTube live so that we can get to know. So let me also know in the chat, what is your expectation? What is your expectation for this evening? Even before we go to expectation, what are you willing to learn? Let me check the time. We still have about 8 more minutes for us to officially start, but I want to know, where are you joining us from? Drop that in the chat. And if you're following us on YouTube, for me to know that you're there, just say hi in the chat. That is the only way I will be able to have a conversation, know you are there, and actually do the roll call. So let me put this in the chat again. If you have challenges with the audio, follow us on YouTube live. We are also live on YouTube. There is the link. I have dropped it. Eric, you're joining us in Narok. Karibu sana. Sylvia saying you can hear me loud and clear. Timothy, getting you loud and clear. Asante sana, Timothy. There is Lucy Ndare. There is Semeyu Imla saying, yeah, I can hear you. Thank you very much. Where are you joining us from? I can see Rida joining us in Kakamega. Karibu sana. I really appreciate that. Angela, all the way in Kisumu. There's Kasule in Uganda. This is great, interesting. I can see where you're going. Frida is joining us from Buruburu, expecting to learn about how to get a 6-figure salary. You will get to know. You will see how do you get to that 6-figure salary. I can't wait for us to get started. Thank you very much. There's Salary. That is Linda joining us in Eldoret. I think there's a way you can change your name. You can edit your name. Yeah, Linda, just go edit so that I don't keep on calling you Salary, and sometimes I might forget. I can see Kevin, you're saying representing Meru, and you're loud and clear. Asante sana. Lucy Dare in Nairobi. There is Gare in Molo. I'm so happy when I see people all around the world, all around the country. We can see some people all the way in Uganda joining us. If you're on YouTube, let me see. Actually, let me switch here on YouTube kidogo. Isaiah joining us in Bondo. Karibu sana. Isbwa Hiprime, I'm getting you loud and clear on YouTube. Asante, where are you joining us from? I will be happy to know that. Here's the thing. I like keeping time. I like respecting my audience's time. And as I told you, we will start at exactly 7:30. Yes, it is about, we have about 5 more minutes to go. So we're just warming up. So don't worry. Hey, what is happening? Nelson, all the way in Kiambu, Karibu sana. Michael Muchembi in Kitale. Timothy Soita representing Kisumu County. Thank you very much. Yeah, I used to work in Siaya. I know, passing Kisumu, going there. Stephen Mugo, all the way in Kajiado, Karibu sana. Semeya from Embakasi, and you want your expectation is to learn how to get to that 6-figure salary. You're all ears. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear it. Jackson on YouTube, you're telling me you are following me in Kajiado. That is great. So if you have any challenges with audio, I know sometimes Zoom might have its own issues with audio. Sometimes they connect, sometimes it doesn't. It is easier for you to follow us on YouTube. I have put in the link right there. Let me get the whole of this, because some people might not be sure why I am putting that link. And this is to everyone. Just a minute. Yeah, there we go. Judy in Juja, Karibu sana. Tuska Tut in Eldoret, following on YouTube. Karibu sana. Perez from Bungoma on YouTube. Hey, we are all around the world. We are all around the country. Oh, sorry, Kasula, I sent you the link. I wanted it to go for everyone, but now everyone is joining. The other thing I also want to know, what is your expectation? What are you looking forward to learn this evening? Yeah. What is your expectation this evening? I appreciate you sharing also that, because it is good to know what are you coming to learn, and then I can be able to tell you you're in the right place. I will meet that expectation. That is what I'm going to teach you. Or probably I might tell you this might not be the right forum for you if it is outside my jurisdiction or what I am planning to teach. I'm very happy to see most of you coming in. Let me do a quick roll call because I can see it's almost 3 minutes. Lucy, there's administrator, there's Angela, Collins, David, Karibu Sana, David Gabriel, Evans. There's Farida, there's Frida, there is Gladys, Jackson, Kasule, there is Kevin in Meru, Mungare, Muchebi Michael, there's Nelson, Ronald, Stephen Mugo, Sumeya Islam, Sylvia, Techno. I think the one who was Techno was Judy. Karibu Sana. Judy, if you can change, or can I change it from this side? I just rename and call you Judy. It's easier that way instead of keep on calling you. Yes, now where was I? Timothy, Wilson, Karibu Sana, Ibrahim. I know those guys have a challenge. They can't hear me. And if you have a challenge, you can't hear me, just follow on YouTube. Here is the link. So what is your expectation? I think that was the question I asked. I want to know, what is your expectation for this evening? What are you looking forward to learn? Yeah. You can drop that in the chat as you come in. If you're just joining us, I appreciate. Thank you very much. Let me know where you're joining us from. There is administrator, that is Kibe in Kirinyaga. Karibu Sana Kibe. Let me see if I can rename it from here so that I don't keep on calling you administrator. Yes, there we go. Yeah, drop that in the chat. Thank you very much, Mr. Omondi in Nairobi on YouTube, following us on YouTube. I appreciate that. Who else is coming in through? Let me actually close some stuff here so that I can have ample time. Yes. This is great. This is one of those evenings that I am super pumped and ready to get started. Do you know how much time we have? Let me check here. Yeah, we have about 1 minute, 20 seconds to go. So hang on in there. Let me know, what is your expectation for this evening? What are you looking forward to learn this evening? And I want to appreciate more people are joining. Yes, I know we said we will be coming here starting at 7:30. So that is exactly the time that we will be getting started. If you have just joined us, Mabado Matlel, hey, that's a difficult name. Karibu Sana, Lavinia, Karibu Sana, where are you joining us from? There's Namayani, Karibu, Nelson, I think Nelson was there. Pauline, Karibu Sana, where are you joining us from? Pena, where are you joining us from? Ronald, Salary, okay, Salary, you told me your name was it Linda? Hopefully, yeah? Let me rename it to Linda, yeah, so that we don't keep on confusing. Some people are still having challenges with audio. The rest of us, can you hear me? I want to say this, we are going to use the chat a lot. So I want you to get used to using the chat. So drop me in the chat if you're ready to go. Oh, the chat has hung somehow. Yeah? Hey, can you drop something? Just say hi in the chat. I want to confirm that everything is okay. That is it. That is okay. Ready to go, Timothy. Ready to go, Mongari. Okay, I think that it. That information is tell me that it is exactly 7:30. Pena is saying hi. Okay, Pauline, hi, hello. Okay, I wanted to. I'm sure now the chat is working. I was a bit not sure if the chat was working, but thank you very much. I think we should get started. Mohammed, all the way in India. Karibu Sana. Muskat Said from Nakuru. I appreciate that. Those who are following us on YouTube, the only way for me to know you're there is just dropping in something in the chat. Farida, I've seen that. So let's get started with today's presentation. And I want to say this. Welcome to this webinar where I will teach you how to get to that 6-figure salary, even without a degree or master's. I'm not saying a degree is bad. I'm not saying a master's is bad. If you have the degree, well and good. You can still use the strategies that I'm going to share with you today. If you don't have, you can still use what I'm going to share today. And as we start, I want to say this. I am guessing that for a lot of you guys, it is probably not the first training, seminar, or webinar you are attending. The first thing I want to mention is that if you have failed to earn more money in the past, it is not your fault. There's a lot of information out there, and it can be confusing. Many times, that information overload is what keeps you from success, and it's okay. If you have been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed in employment, I want you to put those fears to rest. We just need the right person to be able to explain it to you. The society, on the other hand, has perpetuated the message that you need to be an entrepreneur for you to be successful. And when you're an employee, you're looked at as a second-class citizen. As a matter of fact, most people are better off as employees, because that's where you get the most satisfaction and have higher productivity. The big corporations, the education system, and the government, they want you to think that you need some fancy college degree for you to be successful. I'm here to tell you they are wrong. They have their own reasons for wanting you to think that, but it is not true. If you have ever thought that the government and the education system wants you to fail, you're probably right. They don't benefit from you succeeding. They want to keep you in debt and in need. The difference with us is that we actually care about your success and truly wants to see you living the life of your dreams. So that is what we are here for. I know you have that dream job which will give you the highest satisfaction and utilize your full potential. I want to show you how to make that happen during this session. So if you're ready, drop that in the chat and say, yes, I'm ready. Are you ready? Are you ready? Thank you very much. I can see Lydia, you're saying the problem with audio and the YouTube, they're saying that video is no longer available. The video is still available. Let me put the link again. Yes, I can see Timothy saying he's ready. Are you ready? Are you ready to get started? Kipe, you're saying you're ready. Keep Lagat ready. Jackson ready. Yes, I'm ready. Kevin is ready. Julius is ready. Oh, they are coming in. Linda is ready. Eric Saruni is ready. Islam is ready. Thank you for being ready. So let's get started. Okay, let me look at my friends here on YouTube here. Are you ready? Waris from Baraton. Karibu sana. Are you ready? Drop that in the chat. Yes. And as we start, Frida, thank you very much. Mayani, there's Lucy saying, I'm ready. Muchembi, Karibu. I want you to imagine this, yeah? We have already started, yeah? If possible, close your eyes. And I want you to think of this, yeah? You attend an interview, and at the end of that interview, you hear the 3 magic words that every interviewee wants to hear. The hiring manager tells you that you are hired. You get to work. 1 month down the line, you receive a payslip that looks like this. Your basic allowance is 180,000. House allowance 50,000. Medical allowance 25,000. Commuting allowance 15,000. All this totaling up to 270,000. I want you to close your eyes for a minute and see that paycheck hitting your account, right? Can you imagine that? Can you see that? So that leads me to the next question. And I want you to take a moment. What does a 6-figure salary mean to you? I want you to type that in the chat. What does a 6-figure salary, in a nutshell, in a phrase, in a word or two, what does it mean to you? Because if you are not able to identify what it means to you, then chasing after it is like chasing after the wind. I've asked this question to so many people. Some people it's about financial freedom. Some people it's about educating their siblings. Some people it's about giving good life to their family. Let me know. Thank you very much. I can see Ibrahim, you're there. Sarodi is ready. Collins, okay, there's Shah, Firas, yeah, financial freedom. Yes, With a six-figure salary, you get the financial freedom. Collins says lots of zeros. Yes. So what does those lots of zeros mean? Meat bag, you're saying you're ready. Jackson, yes, it is 100,000 and above, all the way to 9,999 shillings. Only 1 shilling shy of a million. That is a six-figure salary. Still ranges there. Saruni, it means everything like my life cause life, where is it going? Life is money. So like you're saying it means it's the next step forward, meaning financial independence. Kibe, you're talking about finance, enough finance to get back to the society. Thank you very much. There's financial stability. That is Linda. There's Pauline. Because I can't hear you, I can leave and maybe, okay. If Pauline, you can't hear me, I want to give you this link. Join me on YouTube. Okay, thank you. I can see the answers are coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think we will stop there for now. And I also think I've seen, let me just clear this annotation here for a minute. I need to get the eraser. Thank you. In order to set my personal development, that is Islam, there's layer, financial freedom, all these things are coming in. I appreciate that. Yeah. So the fact that you have figured that out, let me just say this. This training, I was targeting to help two types of people. The first individual is a professional who is feeling stuck in their career, and a professional who is feeling stuck. And the lack of a degree is the reason why they're feeling that it is the hindrance to their career progression. So if you're here and you're a professional who feels that the lack of a degree is the hindrance to your career progression, you are in the right place, because I'm going to share with you how you can be able to progress. And the second type of person I want to help, someone with or without a degree, and they're feeling stuck in their career. If that is you, I am here to help you. The next 1 hour will just blow your mind. And my goal for this session is to show you that the only way to get to that six-figure salary without a degree or master's is by acquiring what I call the badass pro skills. And the only place you can get these badass pro skills is if you join this program called the Badass Pro program. But I'm going to talk more about that as we proceed. For those of you who are seeing me for the very, very first time, let me just introduce myself. My name is Daniel Mutuku. I am the founder of Career Point Solutions, and over the last 10 years, I have been blessed and been privileged to work in recruitment as a career advisor, personal and professional development coach. I am also a certified digital marketer by Google, and among other groups that I am a member of, I'm a very proud member of the League of Young Professionals, that is called LYP. On top of that, I'm an author of 4 books. The first book I published back in 2016, Facebook for Profit, how you can easily use Facebook for profit and extra income, even on a part-time basis. The second book I published was The Blueprint for Success, Guaranteed Step to Achieving Anything. At the beginning of this year, I gave these 2 books out for free. Conquer the Year Ahead, make the next 12 months your best year ever. You can still get that book for free and make the next 12 months your best year ever. It doesn't necessarily need to mean that the year starts in January. And if you're looking for a job, of course, at some point you will need to write a cover letter. I have the ultimate cover letter guide where we have 101 sample cover letters for all professionals. You can get also that. I have 2 questions for you, and these 2 questions will just confirm that we are in the right direction. And I want you to put yes in the chat if you agree. The first question I want to ask you, will you let me be your coach? In the next 1 hour also, will you let me be your coach, be your mentor, to guide you and to give you directions? If so, say yes in the chat. I want you to drop some yes in the chat. Because if you don't allow me to be your coach, then I might not be of value to you. Thank you very much. Moses saying yes. Farida saying yes. Sharon, yes. Frida, yes. Michael, yes. Mogari, Kevin, Mika, Agnes, thank you. Thank you saying yes. Jacqueline saying yes. Leah, everybody here saying yes. And the second question I want to ask you, will you allow me to tell you the truth, the hard truth, even if that is not what you want to hear? If so, say yes in the chat, or you can say double yes, yes, twice in the chat. So yeah, to confirm that is for the 2 questions. Yeah, because I'm not here for you to like me. I am here to give you the truth. Because sometimes if someone wants to be liked, they want to not tell you the hard truth. Thank you. I can see Pauline saying, yes, Jackson, yes, yes, Agnes, yes, yes, Sylvia, yes, yes. Oh, so many. Wilbur, Son, Julius, yes, yes, Frida. Okay, thank you, thank you. I appreciate. Now the fact that you have committed, that you want me to be your coach, the fact that you have committed, you want me to tell you the hard truth. Let me do it. Let me do it. And let's get started. I'm not crazy when I'm telling you that you can easily get to a six-figure salary, be successful even without a degree or master's. Yeah, I'm not crazy. These people are people who have been successful even without a degree. On the left here, this is the late Bob Coleman. Did you know, at the time of his death, he was at the helm of the most successful company in East and Central Africa, the CEO of Safaricom. He did not have a degree. The second person here, a very focal media personality. Yeah, someone who is making still a lot of money from employment. Maina Kageni, radio presenter, employed, still making a lot of money. Do you know he does not have a degree? Jalango here, he graduated the other day, last year in December. But before even he graduated, he had amassed a lot of success without a degree. Same to the guy like Churchill. So how do they make it? And that is the secret that I'm going to diverge this evening. That is what we are looking for. And to help you get it, let me share you my job search story and how I started. Back in 2009, I was looking for a job. I just completed my schooling. And it took me about 1 year to get my first real job. According to the Bureau of Statistics, it takes about 3 to 5 years for a fresh graduate from college to be able to secure a job. It took me 1 year, and that 1 year felt like forever. And I truly sympathize with those people who stay 3, 4, 5 years without a job. It is quite difficult. But the moment I got my first job, in the following year, I got over 10 interviews coming in. This is almost an interview every month. But I was not securing these jobs. And then 2011, this opportunity came and I said, I must seize this moment. And I said, I must get this job. It was like my dream job coming true. A school, an international school here in Nairobi, looking for an ICT teacher. At that point, I was working back in Siaya under this Computer for School project. I was a computer tutor teaching teachers how to use computers and also students how to use computers. And that is when I started coining. When I reflect back, this is where the Badass Pro actually was born. Because typically, you apply for as many jobs as possible. If you're lucky, you're invited for an interview. If the interviewers like you, you get the job, and probably it might not be your dream job, but because you don't have a job, what do? You pick it and go along with it. But with Badass Pro skills, these are tried and tested skills that are able to give you predictable results. As in, you can be sure if you do this, this is what will come out. You might not want to be a teacher like I was, but take a look at this. This is an email I got from Alexander, who sent me this email telling me, I attended a career presentation last time. This Monday, I was interviewed for the position of last officer. These Badass Pro skills. In the next 40 minutes, my task is to share with you these two secrets. Secret number one, how to triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates. And the second secret I want to share with you is how to negotiate a six-figure salary. So I like to play this game sometimes. Yeah, let me just drop in the chat. Imagine we did not have enough time to go through the two secrets, and you had to choose one of them. Which one would you really, really want to know? Is it one or is it two? I want you to drop in the chat. I want to see which one is more popular. If we didn't have enough time for both of them, but of course we had to take up one, which one do you do? Go, Sharon says one. I can see who else. Either type a one or a two. I want to see which one you really, really want to know. Okay, there they start going now. Sharon Kibe goes for two. Mima goes for one. Jacqueline goes for one. Julius one. Lucy one. One. Jackson Swal. Everybody wants to go for one. There's Adman says two. Oh, well, who's that? Oh, they're going. Viras wants to know two. Okay, so many. One. Okay, I get it. Someone is trying to call me to confirm that I am live. Yes, I am live. Let me see what we can. I can switch off that. Very good. Both Agnes. Okay, don't worry. The good thing is that we have time for both. So, but I can see one is very popular. So we will start with one. Anyway, secret number one. How do you triumph over more qualified and experienced candidates? You see the story I was telling you, I was working in CIA. I came for this interview. Yeah. That evening, I traveled back to CIA, and I was very sure that I was going to get that job, like double sure. And as sure as hell, the next day, as I was walking towards my house, I remember it was about mid-morning, 10, 11-ish, I received a call, and this lady called to tell me, congratulations, Daniel, you attended the interview yesterday. I'm calling you to give you some good news that we have selected you, and we are giving you the job. I was so happy. I remember almost jumping in the middle of the road. I got my dream job coming to Nairobi to teach in an international school. But then that afternoon, something a little bit depressing happened. I received a phone call from the same number. It was the same lady, and she was calling to tell me that they have withdrawn the job offer. I got a bit confused. I asked, why is that so? So she told me that I was the best interviewee. They had selected me. They took my name to the board, and the board decided they rejected me. The fact that they were looking for a teacher to go to a new campus, and this was the first time these candidates were going to do the international examination, that is IGCSE. So they needed someone with experience teaching the British national curriculum, yeah, and taking students through the IGCSE exam. I had none of that experience. I didn't know what this international education is. And yet I was the best interviewee. I beat those people who had experience and had taken students through the examination. So how was I able to do it? When I narrow it down, I want to tell you this. In the first 3 seconds, once you get into that interviewing room, you should be able to showcase these 3 things. Number one, you should show them that you are as sharp as a tack. You're mentally acute, you're clever, intelligent, mentally alert. You have your eyes on the ball. This should come straight off the bat within the first 3 seconds. Number two, you should show them that you are as enthusiastic as hell. Showing and having great excitement and interest in that company, in that role, and in that specific job that you are interviewing for. And number three, you should be able to show them that you are knowledgeable, you are an expert, and you have the skills that are needed in that area. Those 3 things should come straight off the bat you get into that interviewing room. Some of you are asking, how do I do that within first 3 seconds? Here's the good news. These are learnable skills. I have learned how to do that. I have taught other people how to do it, and you can equally learn how to do it. Take a look at this email I got from Brian. He told me, I am grateful for your services. I would like to give you feedback. The CV helped me get 5 interviews. Who get 5 interviews in this day and age? 3 assistant position and 2 finance officer position. Lucky enough, I managed to secure a finance officer job, which I'm starting in January. Attached, please find the JD to update my CV for the new position. Here's another email from Chepkurui. She told me, hello, Daniel. Thank you for always sharing how to answer questions in an interview. In the beginning of this year, I secured a job that I have been dreaming to be a registry officer. A dream job. And now I am one. Thank you and be blessed. Here's another happy customer, Jane, telling me, thank you guys for writing my CV in a professional way. I secured myself a job within a few months. I'm happy for the results. My current employer was so pleased by my CV in such a way I cannot explain. I went for 4 interviews and still emerged the best. It worked for these guys. It can equally work for you. Some of the questions that I've received, when I talk about this concept, and I saw some of you sending these emails. Someone asked me, how long will it take? I'll tell you this. This is a marketplace. You are paid for the value that you bring into the market, and at the same time, you are paid for being valuable as an individual. Now the question is, it takes time for you to build this value, but you're not paid for the time, but you're paid for the value. So focus on how quickly you can be able to accrue this value. Somebody asked me, what about office politics? And I want to tell you this, and for sure, office politics is not going to go anywhere. It's going to be there. But how do you use that to your advantage? I'll show you that. How do I convince the management that I'm the right candidate, that I'm due for promotion, that I can do that role? That is actually the wrong question. It's very difficult to convince. It's very difficult for you to change other people's mind, because that is what convincing is. But I can teach you how to influence, because influence is a skill. It's learnable, and you can influence the management. Do I need to quit my job? I want to tell you this. Most of the times, you don't need to quit your job. Most of the times, the opportunity are right where you are right now. It's only that we always look outside for the solution. But most of the time, the solutions are within. But I'll show you how we can identify. There are some red flags. Once you see, I can tell you here, you need to quit your job. If not, how do you identify the opportunities where you are? Somebody asked me, is this possible for me? I want to tell you, yes, it is possible for you. You have seen it worked for me. It worked for Brian. It worked for Alexander. There was Jane. And was Chekrui. Why not? Should it not work for you? So I want to tell you this, and I want to say this with a lot of conviction, that it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced than you. And I want you to repeat this after me. If you're in a place you can say it out loud, go ahead, say it out loud. If people around you might think you're going nuts, just say it quietly, but with a lot of conviction, and we can say it together, that it is possible to triumph over other candidates who are more qualified and experienced, which is the truth. Are we together? Before I go to secret number 2, so far, are we good? Are we together? You can drop that in the chat. We're good. Please go on. If you're good, just say, yes, we are good. We can move on. I appreciate that. I also want to do a quick, no, I might not be able to do a quick roll call. There's some people who have joined us as we go. So if you want me to mention you, just say we are good. Let's go. Migmag, thank you very much. I can see Moses, you're saying good to go. Jackson, we are good to go. Eric, we are good. Julius Mulesh is saying move on. Thank you. If you want to be, okay. Grace Oma saying we are good. Let's go. Thank you very much. Who else is here? We're good to go. Samson, you say we're good. There's Waleba Perez, Samson, Elijah, John, Farida, there's Agnes, Grace, Jaggy, Mimag. We are good to go. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So let's move on to secret number 2. Secret number 2. I can see more and more people are joining us. I appreciate that. I know some people who might have challenges with audio. I want to drop that link in the chat again. You can follow us on YouTube live. Secret number 2. How do you negotiate for a 6-figure salary? Now, when I was researching for this session, I came across this study that was done by JobVite. JobVite, very authoritative company when it comes to human resource and recruitment. And they found out that 84% of salary negotiations always results to a higher pay. And I said, whoa, this is good news. As in, let me interpret it for you. Chances of you getting a higher salary, if you negotiate for 1, chances of you getting is very high. Yeah. But then the second piece of statistic just made me a bit depressed. Only 14% of the employees negotiate salaries in their current jobs. Most people leave the idea of negotiating salary only when you're going to another company, only when you're interviewing in another company. Very few people negotiate salary in their current jobs. And I don't know why. Anyone here who has ever tried to negotiate salary in their current job? And if so, how did it go? I would want to know. Just maybe take time, say, yes, I tried this, it worked out, it didn't work out. Because I don't know why we don't feel as if we have an opportunity to negotiate salary in our current job. We only see it as only when we go somewhere else, yeah? Elijah, you're saying, do you negotiate salary while working or during the interviews? Both ways. You can do it during an interview, and you can do it also when you have worked and you want an increment, yeah? So my question is, have you tried to negotiate for 1 when you're already working, not during the interview? But anyway, as you type that out, I want to tell you this. Anyone who is confident enough to try usually succeeds. It starts with confidence. It's only that we don't have the confidence to go and negotiate our salaries. We feel like we don't deserve it, or we want to play, we see like we might get fired, or we have the standards or something has been set on stone. Not really. Thank you very much, Eric. You said, I tried once but got disappointed and left. Okay. Probably the approach, but I'm going to give you the approach. Hopefully, this time it will work. John, you're saying some salaries in organization have set salaries at entry and at promotion. Okay, yeah, thank you. They might have some set salaries. So how do you work towards getting that promotion? Is it a matter of years of experience? Is it maybe some set standard that you can reach out and get? Good one. Mimag, you're saying it is not easy, but go by the offer or get an estimate. So let me give you the tactics on how to do that. Tip number one. This might sound so simple. You might wonder, you came to tell us that. That is very interesting. Yeah. Know the salary you want before starting negotiation. Know your salary before you start your negotiations. Thank you, Moses. I tried. I was told I'm single and have less financial needs. That is someone who does not value you. They are looking at your life situation, and your life situation has nothing to do with the value that you're bringing in your company. Peter, I tried to negotiate for a salary raise, but I was shocked by the feedback I received. There were many people who wanted the position, and I had to quit since I thought it was that I was being exploited. Okay, thank you for the feedback. Now let me go through this. You'll be surprised how many people I asked in an interview, or they're already coming to negotiate, and tell them, how much money do you want? And they tell me, I want more. What is more? I don't understand. Do you know? Right now you're earning 50,000. I will give you 50,000 and a shilling on top. Isn't that more? No, you understand. I don't understand. You need to be very clear. How much money do you want before you start negotiating? It should be a specific figure. Is it 100,000? Is it 150? Is it 270,000? Yeah? Have that figure. Now, this figure should not just be an arbitrary figure that you sleep and wake up and say, I want 170. It should be a figure that is based on your value, based on your worth. So the question is, do you know your value? Do you know your worth? If the only feedback you're getting is that you're single, so you don't need a lot of money, then they are not valuing you based on your worth. The second tip, I want to say this. Once you understand your value, once you understand your worth, make it very clear to the company. Make them realize your value. What do they stand out to base if you are there? What is meaningful contribution? What is your worth one? Because they are themselves struggling to identify value. They don't have truth. You need to dig a little bit deeper. You need to have facts and figures about your value and make it very clear to the organization. Tip number 3, use comparables to justify your higher salaries. Do you know how much someone like you with skills exactly like yours, with experience like you, on average? It becomes very difficult to justify if you don't have these comparables. But I'll show you how to get these figures in your industry. Just hang on in there, right? Thank you very much. I can see Julius saying your net is not stable. Sorry about that. Let me confirm. You're saying interest in job interviews when they ask current expectation and your instant you expect almost 3 times your current salary. I'll get to that. I'll get to that, Sharon. Yeah. But let me say this. I want you to have this picture at the back of my mind this evening. I'm writing to appreciate your work. It is barely 2 months after I used your reviewed CV. I'm glad that I have landed 2 jobs. It is barely, I have taken the one I prefer. I'm working towards completing my course M&E, that is monetary evaluation course we offer here at Career Point Solutions. You are the best. So I want you to have that thought in mind. Julius got 2 job offers within 2 months. He picked the one he preferred. Here's another one, Lawrence, who says, I'm happy to inform you that after you guys reviewed my resume, I received 3 different calls for interview within a span of 24 hours. Within a span span of 1 week, I attended all the interviews, and fortunate enough, I secured all the 3 jobs. This was a pregnant search for a job. Thanks a great deal, and please convey my gratitude to the entire team. So this is a question I want to ask you. Imagine you get 2-3 job offers. You have to pick one and let go the other. What will be the main criteria you will use to decide I'll take job A, I'll let go job B? In a word or two, in a phrase, what will you use to decide which one to take and which one not to take? And I want you to be very honest with me, because if you're honest, I will call you out. If you're frank, I'll call you out. If you're just being modest and using some good terms, I will also call you out. So drop that in the chat. Let me know, what is the one thing that you will use to decide? I can see, Kevin, you're saying passion, or you're also saying YouTube link again, Zoom is unstable. Okay, here, there's the link. What will you use? You have 2 job offers, 2, 3, 4 job offers, and you want to take one job and you want to let go the other. Which one? What will you use? Kevin, you're saying passion, but I want to say you're just being modest, but it's still okay if that is your determining factor. What will you use? Moses, you're saying salary. Thank you very much. Kibe, the one that pays me the highest. Thank you for being frank and open. I like that. The one that is favorable. What is favorable? Just being modest, yeah? Farida, you talk about salary. Eric, amount of salary compared. Higher pay, that is Liz. Experience, Perez, you say most pay. Let me tell you, it is correct. Most people make the decision based on the money. Thank you, Jacqueline. John, Tuluma, all this, because that is being honest, yeah? And there's nothing wrong to go for the money, because the reason why we try to be modest, we have been brought up in a society when you go after the money, you're being materialistic, important. But anyway, I'm going to talk about passion and salary. Gladys, job security. Job security means you want to be paid for longer, yeah? You will not lose your job tomorrow. Peter, terms and condition, being modest. But anyway, so let me tell you this. A research was done. Yeah, a research was done. And this is what they found out, that the most important consideration in accepting a new job includes, number one is compensation. 49% of people will go based on the compensation, and that's 3% is about personal development. The others is better work-life experience. And I'm going to talk more that to think about how do we balance, yeah? So there's nothing wrong with the money. It's okay. One thing that gives me opportunity for career growth and development plus. Career growth and development is security. Okay, yeah, I can see an alert here telling me that the internet is unstable. If you're having challenges with the internet, there's a link. Just follow me on YouTube. Hey, and it's been a while since I looked at people on YouTube. What are people on YouTube saying? Thank you very much, Mali, Tuska, Choma David saying yes, Jackson, yeah, Shali joining us. There's Shine Kade in Kampala. There is Kapto from Nakuru. Thank you very much. I've forgotten some people are also on YouTube, but I keep on switching, and I want to serve you all. So this is the thing that we are saying here. It is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. It is possible. I want you to say this after me with a lot of conviction, just as we did the first time. If you can say it out loud, go ahead, say it out loud. If you think people around you will think you're going nuts, just say it quietly, but with a lot of conviction. Let's say it together. It is possible to negotiate for a higher salary and get it. Very possible. Some people ask me these questions, yeah? How do you network with the right people? And I thought this was a very bad question, because here's the thing. According to LinkedIn, 85% of high-paying jobs are gotten through networks. Yes, and I'm not talking about this, just an example. Maybe I'm looking for a receptionist, and I can put an advert about advertising for a receptionist. But if my neighbor, my colleague, The person next door in our office just tells me, by the way, I can see you're looking for a receptionist. I know someone who can do that job well. Chances of me inclining to someone who has been referred to me is very high rather than just picking a random stranger. So it is important for you to start thinking about how do you network with the right people. And I'll introduce you to a network of high-worthy individuals that will give you these opportunities. What matters more? Is it experience or qualification? Now, these are some of the things that really fire me up. And this is where I want to be your coach. I want to tell you the hard truth. Yeah. Whenever I this is an escapism. This is where you want me to say what matters most is experience, and you get an excuse. I'm not getting this is jobs. I'm not getting these jobs because I don't have the experience. When I say it is qualification, say I knew it. This is a qualification. They want degrees. They want masters. That's why I'm not getting this job. You are just looking for an excuse. You're less to blame. You're just looking for how to complain because things are not working for you. But I want to tell you, you need to take 100% responsibility. If you have the experience, use it to your advantage. If you have the qualifications, use it to your advantage. Stop looking for a scapegoat. Somebody asked me, how do you balance work, personal life? This is important because I want to assure you, the moment you start getting these high-paying jobs, more will be asked, more will be expected from you. And if you don't have a deliberate plan on how to balance your work and personal life, most of the time your personal life will suffer. And I don't want that for you. Again, am I too young? Am I too old? These are those questions that really fire me. Someone comes tells me, I'm not getting this job because I'm too young. The same breath someone comes and tells me, I'm not getting these jobs because I'm too old. Again, here you're looking for an excuse. You're coming from scarcity mentality where it is this or this. If you're too young, you jobs, entry jobs which need entry level. It's an opportunity for everyone. As long as you can be able to showcase your value, go for it. Now, I want you to look at this email. Bilshan sent me an email telling me, thanks, I recently landed my first consultancy with a few Kenya after heeding to your well laid out youth-friendly advice. So what I'm gathering from this, he's calling youth-friendly because he's older than me, but it didn't matter the age. With my youth-friendly advice, not your age that matters. So stop using age as an excuse. Somebody asked me, how do I measure, track, and evaluate my progress? It is so sad when I see some professionals 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line, only for them to realize they took the wrong direction in their career. It is not good. But I'll share with you tools that you can use to monitor and evaluate your progress. How do I fix myself in the succession plan? Yes, there's some companies which have succession plans, yeah? And it's a matter of influence. Remember, I talked about how do you influence, yeah? It works. What are the qualities of a person who is worth 6 figures? 6 qualities, and I'm going to cover, actually, this is an acronym, but I'll talk about that. How do I get started? I'm glad you asked because I'm about to share with you how you get started. The question I want to ask is, if I show you exactly how to get to your dream job, do you believe you can get to the 6-figure salary? If so, say, yes, I believe in the chat. My question to you is, exactly how to get your dream job. Do you believe you can get to the 6-figure salary? So I say is, if I show exactly how to get salary, do you believe me that you can get to the 6-figure salary? If so, say yes, I believe. Yes, I believe. Drop that in Hello, everyone. I'm back. Sorry, this internet thing, it will not crash us. It will not bring us down. We will keep going. Yeah. And I can see the chats already coming in. Thank you. Thank you. I can see the chats coming in. Yes, I believe. Yes, I believe. Hot. That is Liz, Sophie, Liz Wainaina. There is Islam. They believe. Yes, I believe. Yes, I believe. The question I was asking is, if I show you exactly how to get to your six-figure salary, do you believe me that you can get to the six-figure internet again? Sorry. Let me try sort things here. I can get another connection. If you can still hear me, let me know you can hear me. If you can see the question, say yes, I believe. Let me see if I can get a different connection. I'm not very clear. You are now clear. Thank you, Kibe, for that. Everyone else, am I clear? Can you hear me? Okay, there's some people who are on YouTube. Just hang on in there. Yes, 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 I can see. Yes, sure. Julius, Virginia, Waswa, who are following on YouTube. Thank you. Yes, I believe. Samson says, I believe. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. I think we are back. We are back. We are back. Despite all these challenges, we are pushing on. Samson says we are clear. Salwa is saying, yes, we are good to go. Maybe two more people to confirm you can hear me. We are good to go. Grace on YouTube, you're saying yes. Emmanuel Simu on Zoom, you're saying yes. And one more person. Soya, Soyan up saying yes. Good. Then we are good to go. We are good to go. Yes, thank you. Now, let me share with you then about this. Yeah. It's almost time. We're in good time. I want to ask for your permission. Is it okay for me to take about 10 minutes, share with you about this program called the Badass Pro? I define my own destiny and how it can help you to get to the six-figure salary. I'm asking for your permission. Is it okay for me to take about 10 minutes, tell you about the Badass Pro? I define my own destiny. And then from there, I can be able to answer any questions that you might have. So if you give me permission, say yes, go ahead, permission granted, or something of that sort. Work on your screen. Thank you. Samson will say, yes, go ahead. Thank you for the permission. Sharon saying, cool, I appreciate that. Give me your permission. Is it okay for me to take 10 minutes? Agnes, you're saying it's okay. Yes, for sure. There's Lavina saying, go ahead. Two more people. I then proceed. So that Mogar saying it's okay. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead and talk to you about this Badass Pro and how it can get you to that six-figure salary. Number one, I'm very proud when I say that I am a Badass Pro. Badass is an acronym, and Pro stands for professional. Yeah. So Badass, B stands for an individual who is bold, audacious, courageous, who will do what needs to be done to finish the job. A stands for to be constantly supervised for them to do the right thing. An individual who is aggressive, they will be served to you on a silver platter. So you need to go out there and grab it. And at the same time, not just aggressive, but also assertive. You're clear on what you want. And an individual who is skilled. Remember that question, which was asked, which one do you, which one, is it experience or qualification? I want to tell you this, neither. It is the skills that really matter. It is, if you have the skills, you can get the skills from experience, you can get it from your qualification, but what really matters a lot is being skilled. And finally, an individual who is self-assured. They are confident of themselves. That is who we call a badass pro. badass pro. An individual who is bold, authentic. Your network is not stable. You repeat badass, please. Okay, now let me see if I can. I appreciate. Let me check this network thing. I want to connect it to a different one, which is standby. I might get lost for a minute, but I'll be back. I've switched my network. So everybody, can you hear me again? Are we good? If you're good, say yes, we are good to go. I have switched my internet. I had a backup plan. Frida saying yes. Hopefully now this one will be stable. John, confirm we are good to go. Shiri, yeah, we are good. You can hear me. Let me just do, yeah, hopefully I'm not freezing on your end. You're saying, yes, we are good, 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 good. Somebody talked about the screen. Your screen, please. Oh, I've not shared my screen. I think I've shared my screen. Let me just do this. Stop the sharing and share it again. Now, these are the challenges that we get when we are working with the technology, but your visuals on the main screen is lost, but sound is good. Nokia C2. Now, can you see the presentation? Somebody talked about the screen also. That was Eric Saruni. Can you now see the presentation? Hopefully. Oh, the visual had gone. Now we are back. The presentation is ready. You can see it. Oh, Eric saying yes. Frida saying yes. Thank you. Now I need to really do it very quick so that the internet or the technology will not bring us down. We work it. We push through. I am committed to serving you. I will do what needs to be done to get the job done. That is what we mean by someone who is aggressive and assertive. So let me repeat what this badass stands for. Badass talks about an individual who is bold, authentic, driven, aggressive, skilled, and self-assured. Now, if you decide to join this badass pro, this is our rally cry, our war cry. I am a badass pro. I define my own destiny. I create my own luck. I am confident, but not cocky. Quiet, but not silent. Competitive and aggressive. I take 100% responsibility. I never give up. That is our motto. That is what we stand for. Now, today, if you decide to join the Badass Pro program, what is it that you are going to get? Number one, you will get a 6 weeks coaching program, this Badass 6 weeks coaching program, whose value is about 100,000. Now, I'm not saying that that is the cost of the program, but that is the value you're going to get out of this program. Now, what is the coaching all about? Week one, we'll discuss with you how do you get started and become unstoppable. Because if we get these things right, you will not be stoppable. Week two, we'll discuss with you how you get to know your worth. Like, do you know how much you should be paid right now? Once we identify the baseline, we can work towards increasing your value and your worth. Week three, we'll look about building your confidence and competence, because these two things go hand in hand. The more confident you are, the more competence you get. The more competent you are, the more confidence you have. So they go hand in hand. I heard of this quote that in this race of life, without confidence, you're twice defeated. Yeah. Week four, we'll look at how do you master communication. Influence. Remember, we talked about influence and networking. I introduced you to the network of high net worth individual who will give you this networking. 85% of high-paying jobs are gotten through networks. You join the network. Week five, I give you the tools for you to track and evaluate your progress so that you don't waste 5-10 years down the road only to realize you took the wrong direction. And week six, we now look at, having known all this, how do you negotiate a 6-figure salary, in your case, with your skills, with your capabilities. Now, on top of that, you will also get the professional certification. So I get Badass Pro coaching, 6 weeks coaching program valued at about 100,000. You also get professional certification about 100,000. We have 4 main certifications that we offer: project management, project monitoring and evaluation, strategic management and leadership. We have fundraising and resource mobilization. Come to think of it, where do you think the money is at? The money is at with the NGOs and international organizations, and they are constantly looking for people with skills in project management, project monitoring and evaluation, fundraising and resource mobilization. You get into this corporate world, you start at an entry level, you work a little bit harder, you get to mid-level. But for you to start attracting the 6-figure salary, you need to find yourself in the management and the leadership of the company. What a better way to influence their decision by telling them, I already have a certification in strategic management and leadership. On top of the 6 weeks coaching program, you will also get the professional certification, and we give you professional CV writing. Now, a professional CV, it's quite different from what people have, the CVs, which is basically a documentation of where you went to schools, where you have worked, and a list of your responsibilities. But a professional CV is a document that you use to market yourself. Think about any company that has a product or a service. They want to bring it into the market. What they will do, they will use newspaper, radio, TV, magazines, you name it, to get the word out. But unfortunately, you and me, we don't have the luxury of having a billboard about us. So what we use our CV. And we need to be very clear, what is it that we are selling? We are selling our skills, abilities, qualifications, and experience to the employer. To decide if they're going to read through your CV or not. Does your CV pass this 6-second test? Yeah. This is one of the most common layout of a CV I can see for a guy called Daniel, male, Kenyan. When I look at this and I take my 6 seconds, can I figure out what this person can do? Unfortunately, not. But I've wasted quite valuable real estate of this CV. I gave this person a benefit of doubt. I decided to read through their career objectives. And when I read through their career objectives, now, I've picked several career objectives from several CVs, probably even from yours. And as I read these ones, I want you to ask yourself, do they resemble mine, both in tone and style, or even word for word? I see this one. I am seeking employment with a company where I can grow professionally and personally. Here you're being selfish. The hiring manager is asking, what can you do for us? Here you're busy telling them what you want to gain from them. I seek challenging opportunities where I can fully use my skills for the success of the organization. I can put wording, but still say nothing. I want to succeed in a stimulus and challenging environment that will provide me with advancement opportunity. Again, being selfish. I want to succeed in this field with hard work, perseverance, and dedication. Good word is, so you need to get rid of these statements in your CV. They are not adding any value. On top of the 6 weeks coaching program, you get one of our professional certification, you get professional CV writing, you also get sample cover letters. Now, I get this question, what is a sample? What is a cover letter? A cover letter is a highly customized application letter for a specific role. I picked a random job for an accountant, and if you're to work in this company as an accountant, some of the responsibilities that you'll have, number one will be to review and establish proper accounting systems, support budgeting and focusing activities, liaising with internal and external auditors. If you read this job description and you fit this criteria and you want to apply for this job, somewhere in your cover letter, you should have a statement that reads like this. I have the ability to review and establish proper accounting systems. In my previous employment at ABC, I was involved in liaising with internal and external auditors, such that when they read this statement, they say, yeah, this is the right person to come and work for us. On top of the 6 weeks coaching, we give you professional certification, we give you professional CV writing, sample cover letters, and a LinkedIn profile guide. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in this day and age, you cannot afford not to have your LinkedIn profile optimized, and recruiters are spending most of the time. And if your profile on LinkedIn is not really selling you well, you're doing yourself a very big disservice. Unlike your CV, which is in your flash disk, in your computer, in your email, in a cloud somewhere, a LinkedIn profile is a living CV. It is working for you even when you're asleep. People are looking for you. Look at this email I got from Salim. He told me, hey, Daniel, I would like to thank you for your LinkedIn profile guide services. After your guidance on how to make my LinkedIn account look more professional, I have been approached by a potential employer and I am due for an interview on Wednesday next week. He wasn't looking for the job. The job came looking for him. Another post I saw on LinkedIn, and I said, I must put this across. On 13th March 2021, I posted my very first LinkedIn post to market myself for a job. I was not really sure whether I would eventually have a positive outcome from this, but I kept my head high. Got called for interviews almost every day last week, and this yielded me a job. Yes, guys, I have a job right now. That is Rosaline. Say the magic she got from posting something on LinkedIn. Now, on top of the 6 weeks coaching program, you get professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. Now, one of the key things when it comes to interview is for you to prepare and think through some of the questions that you are going to be asked and how to respond to them. 99.99% of the interviews that you attend, the first question you'll be asked is, tell us about yourself. And how you answer that question, it sets pace for the rest of the interview. And there are some series of questions that you expect. Why should we hire you? What makes you the best candidate? Why did you leave your previous job? What is your expected salary? All these questions. You need to figure out how to answer, and we can take you through that. So in total, if you decide to join the Badass Pro program today, this is what you're going to get. 6 weeks coaching, professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. The value you're going to get out of this is about 110,000. The value. So my big question to you is, are you ready to become a Badass Pro? If you're ready to become a Badass Pro, drop that in the chat. Say, yes, I'm ready. Are you ready to become a Badass Pro? Drop that in the chat. Say, yes, I'm ready. Let me check out people on YouTube here. Also, if on YouTube, you're ready to become a Badass Pro, say in the chat, yes, I'm ready. I'm waiting for that. I can see Perez is ready. Yes, I'm ready. Eric Saroni, very ready. Emmanuel Sibiu, yes, I'm ready. They're coming. Who else here? Liz Wainaina, yes, I'm ready. Kevin Wekesa, I'm ready. Liz Wainaina, yes. John, I'm ready. Soyan Apps, I'm ready. Anthony, Linda, Tuluma, Infinix 5, Agnes. Oh, great, great, great. Everybody here is ready to become a Badass Pro, and I'm so happy and grateful for you. Now, I had 2 choices. You see, I wanted to get people to join. Yeah, Jankso, thank you very much. Liz, I'm ready. Sophie. Anthony, how about those who are doing engineering course kindly? Yes, you can still join. It doesn't matter the course. Yeah. I had 2 choices. The first choice was to go as cheap and get as many people as possible. When I was thinking about how much should I price this program for, and then the other option that I had was ask for a slightly higher investment and dedicate more time and effort to guarantee your success. So I was thinking, how should I price it? And these were the 2 options that I had. Thank you very much, Sophie. I can tell you, this course is even for someone who has done a medical course. Yeah. Anthony, you're talking about engineering. Yes. So this is something that cuts across any profession that you might be in. Out of these choices, I decided to go with the second choice. I will ask for a slightly higher investment from you, and this will mean that I will dedicate more time and effort to guarantee your success. And so, if you want to join this program for the 6 weeks coaching, professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching, it's only going to cost you Kenya shillings 24,999. And you can pay in 3 monthly installments of 9,999. And here's the thing. Absolute no excuse for you not to take action, because there's a 100% money back guarantee. If 30 days into the program, you don't get exactly what I've said you will get here, let me know. No question asked. I will refund the money back to you. And so you guys have 2 choices. The same way I had 2 choices. The first choice that you have is, okay, they went quite quick there. do nothing and not take this leap of faith, and this is 100% risk-free. And the other choice you have is to be open-minded. Take up this small investment in yourself today and give it a shot. Out of these two options, doing nothing or being open-minded, what is going to be easy for you? Don't drop it in the chat. Just have this at the back of your mind. Now, the thing is, after you have learned a ton, as you have done this evening, research has it that you have 24 hours. If you don't take action based on what you have learned today, the next 24 hours, chances of you taking action thereafter drops almost to zero. So right now, it is 8:31. If you don't take action, and taking action, I don't mean paying for the program, even just checking your LinkedIn profile, thinking about how to answer a question in an interview, thinking about your CV, how to negotiate your salary. That is taking action. If by tomorrow, 8:31, you have not taken action, chances of you of taking action will drop. So I want you to take action today based on what you have learned. In this world and in this webinar, we have two types of people. Those who get an opportunity to change their lives. You agree with everything that I've shared with you this evening. You can see how it is applicable in your life. But guess what? They still do nothing. And there are those who take action and define their own future. Now, out of these two types of people, which type are you? Which type are you? Don't drop it in the chat. Just have it in the back of your head. I'm about to answer any questions that you might have. So if you want to get in touch with me, check out my email. It's daniel@careerpoint.co.ke. If you want to learn more about the Badass Pro program, you can go to careerpoint.co.ke/Badass. Yeah, so let me check up. Whoa, one more thing before I move. By the way, I am giving an opportunity for people to get all the 4 certifications. So you get the Badass Pro coaching. You also get these 4 certification: project management, monitoring evaluation, and strategic management, and fundraising and resource mobilization. And you also get all these other services: CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn. This can take place if you take this, because I told you we're going to keep time. By 9, we'll be out of this place. We have 25 minutes. If you are able to make the first deposit of 9,999 tonight, I'll give you the 6 weeks coaching. You'll get the project management, all these 4 courses: project monitoring evaluation, strategic management and leadership, and fundraising and resource mobilization. And you will also get yourself a t-shirt. Actually, let me stop sharing here and tell you, you will get a notebook written, "I am a Badass Pro," like that. I have several of them that you'll get. On top of that, you will also get a t-shirt. So we can see it clearly. It is saying, "I am a Badass Pro." And an evening like this, people decided to take action. And these are people just like you. This is Helen all the way in Matu. There's Eunice in Bungoma. This is Scholastica in Kikuyu. This is Winfred in Kiambu. Clara, Nairobi West. This is Willie in Gara. This is is it Eunice in Kitui? Yeah, this is Francis all the way in Mombasa. And because they took action on a night like this, and I'm giving you that opportunity, just make the 9,999 the first installment through the till number 715732, and get this 6 weeks coaching, all the 4 certification. Get yourself the notebook, get yourself the t-shirt, and all these services. If you have any question, drop that in the chat. I want to answer. Mimag, you're saying, "I'm ready. Can I share my CV via email?" Yes, go ahead. Send me your CV. I'll be there. If you have any question, drop that in the chat. This is your time for me to clarify any question you might have. But at the same time, I still have a lot to share with you. Yeah, we still have about 20 minutes to go. I want to say this. The best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. This is from Warren Buffett, one of the richest people in the world. And he recognizes that the best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. Do you know, for every shilling you invest in yourself, research has it, you will get 30 shillings in return over time. That is a 3,000% return on investment. Where else can you get such a return on investment? Not real estate, not stock market, but only when you invest in yourself. Probably wondering, where do I get the money to fund that? I want to give you this idea I got from Brian Tracy. It's called the 10-10 rule. We are brought up in a society where we are told to take 10% of our income and tithe it, use it to help other people, which is good. And to put it to you, why don't you take another 10% and tithe it to yourself and reinvest in yourself, because this is where you will get the best return on investment, and you cannot go wrong with this. I started reinvesting in myself back in 2015, and I've never stopped getting the benefit and the reward and return from that. Here's your chance to invest in yourself. 6 weeks Badass Pro coaching, all the 4 certifications, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, interview coaching, LinkedIn profile guide. And all you need to do is just make that first investment, that first deposit of $9,999 through the till number 715732. Let me see this question here. Eric, how will the meeting for the 6 weeks coaching program work? Thank you very much for that question. Let me explain. The courses, number one, they're all online. The coaching is a hybrid of both online, virtual, and one-on-one. So this is how it works. We will create a learning account for you on our learning platform where you can be able to log in and access the coaching material. So week after week. Once you get this coaching material, you go through them and you will do some assignments and homework. And then at the end of the week, we book a coaching session. If you're not around, we do it through Zoom. If you're around, you can come to the office and have a one-on-one session, or we can even have a phone call. So that's the thing. Now, this coaching program, we are starting off on Monday. There's something also I forgot to mention. It is an offer, and this offer is to have people join in up to Sunday midnight. And after Sunday midnight, we lock our doors. But if you want to join us, if you pay between today and Sunday, you'll get 1 certification. If you pay tonight and just put that in the chat you have paid, you get all the 4 certification. Hopefully, Eric, I've answered that. If you have any question, let me still know. Anthony, you're asking, is it possible I can get a job before I am awarded my university certificate? Now that I am out of the school, I'm looking for. Yes, you can still get a job without a certificate. Because let me ask you, Anthony, what does a certificate, the physical paper, say? Does it have any implication in terms of your ability to work? Not really. It's just, yes, to confirm that you have this, even these certification courses. Why do you think they are very popular? It's because the kind of skills you get are very important. I know at the end of the courses, we will give you a physical certificate, but we have had people who get jobs even before they collected their certificate. So a certificate is just a confirmation. Thank you, Sophie. You are seconding, yeah? Liz, you have a question. What time will the training session? How do I use comparables to justify the salary? Thank you, Liz. Now, I think I've explained how we will do the training session. They are online. You actually just need to spend about 5 minutes a day or 10 minutes to go through Monday, Tuesday to Friday, or you can give yourself 1 hour, go through all the coaching material for that week. And then we have a one-on-one session, either on Zoom, on phone call, or on our office, whenever you're ready. I do them during the day. I still do them in the evening. We can agree on one day in the evening from 6, 7, 8, but I don't go past 9, yeah? Whenever I'm free, I will book you a session, Liz, yeah? Hopefully that is okay. Thank you very much. Robert has sent me a message. He has made the payment. Let me confirm with my team. He has joined the team. Robert, you get yourself 6 weeks coaching, 4 certification, professional CV writing, cover letter, some everything. Thank you. Thank you. And let me move on and say this, yeah? Now, I want you to take a look at this. This is an email I got from Lucy Jogo just the other day, last month. This is what she said. I cannot be grateful enough for the Badass Pro training that came with a professionally made CV and sample cover letters. In a span of 2 months, I have managed to get 4 interviews from very reputable international NGOs, such as ILRI, One Acre Fund, among others. With my new CV and cover letter, my cover letter samples that I customize to suit various jobs, I am now confident and applying for jobs in the UN agencies. And honestly, I am hopeful and confident that this is my next employer. For quite a long, I hadn't been receiving interview invitation. It is no longer the case anymore. Thank you. Thanks a lot. God bless you for the work you're doing and always being ready to help. This is Lucy, 2 months into the program, and she just saw the feedback, getting invited for these NGOs, and it works. And I want it to work for you. And it can just be the game changer for you. Yeah. Let me just move on here. How would you feel? Let me ask you this question. How would you feel if you are passed on a promotion just because you did not have the right skills? I've seen this happen so many times. Someone is due for a promotion, but they don't have the right skills, but they get passed on. How would you feel if the person next to you gets that big break because they understood networking and you didn't? I want to teach you so that you're not passed on that. And on the flip side, how would you feel if a time like this next year, you're debt free, you're living in your dream home and planning your next vacation? How would you feel? This can only take place if you decide to take action, just like Robert has done, and join this team. You see, the universe, I usually say, the universe conspires to make dreams come true to those who take action. And this is your opportunity to take action. As the majestic, as the lion, the king of the jungle is, as the eagle soars in high skies, unless it goes out there and take action and hunt, it will die of hunger. So I don't want you to die of hunger. I want you to take action. And this is your opportunity to get the 6 weeks coaching, the 4 professional certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, interview coaching. By taking that first step and making the 9,999 through the till number 715732. Is it mandatory to pay before joining? Okay, I want you to make a commitment. Here's the thing. People pay attention when they pay. And that is why I want you to make a commitment. And the other thing I want to also tell you is that you can make a commitment. Say, I don't have the money right now, but because I want to join, here's my 2,000. This is my commitment. By tomorrow, I'll top it up to make the first installment. That is what we call negotiation. Because unless you pay, you won't pay attention. I have been into programs. I have had programs where I have people come in for free and other pay, and those who have more impact or get the most out of it are those people who pay. So Eric, I already hope you get that. Sylvia, please confirm to me that I'm going to get a job for, I'm a CPA, graduated, I have a degree, but I've never got it. Sylvia, here's my word. If you're going to get a job, let me start there. And the next time I'm going to do this session like this, I will be using you as a testimonial. I will be using your email that you send me that once I joined the program, as I followed what you said, I've now gotten a job. That is the confidence I have in you. That's the confidence I have in this program and what you will get. So I can confirm 100%, Sylvia, you get it. How much is the sum in Ugandan currency? And I am not able to join now. Will the offer be there again? Now, Kasule, I understand you are in Uganda. I don't know what the exchange rate right now is, but we can do the maths, yeah? Convert. I don't know if it is 30 bob or one Kenya shilling is 30 shillings Uganda. We can do the math, but I can give you an offer. If you make the payment at least tomorrow is Saturday, Friday or Sunday, Friday to Saturday. We will talk tomorrow. Hopefully drop me your email address or I still have it. I will communicate with you and I'll show you how you can make payment either through M-Pesa or we have Western Union, MoneyGram or PayPal. So Kasule, I know you're in Uganda. We'll talk tomorrow, right? By the way, this is my email. Let me just drop my email. Daniel at careerpoint.co.ke. Yeah, we'll talk. Oh, Sophie, you're already there giving us some solution. Thank you very much. Mr. Daniel, you mean that I can get a 6 certificate for the 6 coaching? No, you get 4 certificates, but the coaching is 6 weeks. Sophie, hopefully you got it. So currently that 1 shilling is 33. So do times 33. We can do the maths later. Yeah. But anyway, don't leave yet. I have a lot I want to share with you. I have about 10 minutes and then we finish it up. I learned this from Jim Rohn. He talks about cost versus worth. Don't evaluate something based on how much it costs. Evaluate something based on how much it is worth. Yeah? Don't say, how much is that program? 9,999. That's a lot of money. Ask yourself, how much is it worth? And basically, when you are looking at the worth, it is how much are you standing to lose if you don't invest this in yourself? What is the cost of you not joining this program? Staying in that job that you don't like, staying in that state of joblessness without getting a job with all the qualification. That is what it is costing you. The worth is what it's costing you if you don't join this program. And I know you guys who are here with me, you have big goals, right? I know you have big goals, but I have a challenge for you. Let the size of your goal be equal to the size of your investment. Let the size of the goal be equal to the size of your investment and start investing in yourself today. Look at the worth, not the cost. You have the opportunity to join Robert, who has already paid, to join Kasule, who will be making the payment tomorrow. And anyone else, I want you to commit. I want also to think you join, get the 6 weeks coaching, 4 certification, professional CV writing, sample cover letters, LinkedIn profile guide, and interview coaching. You can't get this anywhere else. You can't get this anywhere else. Mr. Daniel, I'm impressed. I will pay your visit. Yeah, you can come to the office. Let me know at what time. I might not be throughout, but yes, we can talk. But I want you to take this chance. Make a commitment right now. Because if you pay after 9 p.m. today, you'll only get 1 certification. You have to choose 1 certification. Sophie, do you have an office in Garissa County? No, we have our offices in Nairobi, but we serve all over the country. I have served even outside the country. Last week, I had 2 sessions with someone who was in Zimbabwe, and the other person was in, I think he was in, is it Iraq? Not Qatar, I think Qatar. He's a Kenyan, yes, but he was in Qatar, paid, and we had our session. And the other lady was in Zimbabwe. We still had a session. Yes, we have our office in Nairobi, but the technology has allowed us to be able to meet so many people. Right? So Eric, you're asking about our location of our office. We are in Maendeleo House, opposite Anniversary Towers in Nairobi, third floor, room number 6. If you check the email I've been sending you, most likely you'll see in the address down there. Julius, I've paid 50% of the services which are yet to be fulfilled. Okay, maybe you paid for the CV writing. It takes us about 24 hours. I can be able to follow it up for you to get the CV, the cover letter, and all that. But thank you, Julius, for your message. By the way, let me also mention this. If you have already paid for another service, like CV writing, we paid 1,000, maybe 2,000. If you want to join this program, we deduct that amount because there's no need for you to get this, to pay twice, because this comes in as a bonus, so you just top it up, yeah? But Julius, I'll follow it up. We'll give you a call. Yeah. Kevin at 10. Yeah, I'll be there. We'll be able to talk. Now, let me say this. You might be wondering, where do I get the time to go do all this? I'm very busy. I have a lot of stuff to do. I came to learn about this thing called the E to E ratio. And it is 95-5, whereby the most successful people in this society, the top 5%, they spend 95% of their time in education and only 5% in entertainment. While the flip is true, the majority, 95% of the population, they spend 95% of their time in entertainment and only 5% in education. And entertainment does not mean going only for parties. How much time do you spend on social media? Just looking at other people or chatting and gossiping? That is still entertainment. Be very purposeful with your time. And I want to give you some ideas on where you can get some time. Create a morning and evening routine. I can assure you, if you just wake up 10 minutes earlier than you do, maybe you wake up at 6, wake up at 5:55 or 5:50 for only 10 minutes every day, and just go through this coaching material. it will change your life. Or just before you go to sleep, say, I will spend this time for my personal development. Commute time. We spend too much work in the commute. On average here in Nairobi, people spend about 2 hours in traffic. 1 hour in the morning, another hour in the evening. If you take that time to develop yourself, read a book, attend a webinar, or do an online course, you will see how much progress you can have. Or I can even suggest to you, use at least 30 minutes before working hours or after working hours. Instead of just leaving 5 in the office like everyone else, and that is creating the traffic jam, why don't you stay a bit more longer and do something for yourself? I'm not asking you to steal your employer's time, but do something to develop yourself. Here's the opportunity. Take that 6 weeks coaching, 4 certifications, professional CV writing. Just make the first installment of 9,999. Any question? Okay, let me check the chat. Thank you. There's someone. Lucy has also paid. Thank you. I appreciate. I can see more people joining. Julius, I don't know. Would you want to use that as a deposit for the full payment? I see. Okay, let me confirm who else has paid. Thank you. Thank you. Let me check. By the way, you can also get in touch with me. Kevin, send me your number. Julius, send me your number. Actually, send me your number. I'll give you a call tomorrow morning before the day begins. Also, Kevin, you can send me your number. I can give you a number if you. I think also who else? Yeah. So here's the last thing. I want to close by this. Please don't leave. Yeah. I'll give. We only have 5 minutes, and then I release you. I want to tell you this. Yes. You will never be 100% ready when an opportunity arises. Truth be told. And what do you do if you're not 100% ready? Just do it. Just do it. If you're feeling like you need to wait for everything to align, it won't. I want to tell you this. The largest fear carries your greatest growth. If right now you are afraid, you're not so sure why you should join this program, you are feeling that fear, let me tell you, that is a good thing. It is because you want to go beyond what you are used to. You are stretching beyond your comfort zone, and it manifests itself as fear. But I want to tell you, the greatest fear carries the greatest growth opportunity. You will never grow when you are in your comfort zone. And that fear is an indication that you're going in the right direction. Here's what happens, yeah? You start in your comfort zone, and when you're in your comfort zone, you have low risk. And you know what low risk means? Low returns, low rewards. And that is where most people want to stay. The moment you want to stretch beyond your comfort zone is where you get into the fear zone. And if you're already in that fear zone, you're feeling a little bit low on self-confidence. You're just finding an excuse why not to join. I think I'm too old. I think I'm too young. I don't think this is for me. You're already thinking about what will other people think about me? How you're affected by other people's opinion? How will people say when they hear that I actually joined a program, I paid 9,999 on an evening on a person I don't know? But that is the fear zone. And if you're there, it's okay. But the bad thing is if you carve in and go back to your comfort zone, because you'll not grow. But if you go beyond your fear zone and you get into the learning zone where you start facing new challenges, you start learning how to solve problems, you acquire new skills, and you extend your comfort zone, that and only that will allow you to go to the growth zone where you find your purpose, you live your dreams, you set new goals and achievement, and you conquer your objectives. But oh, unto you, if you're there in that, and I'm giving you an opportunity to get into your growth zone, and you carve down and cave in and get back to your comfort zone, you will never learn, you will never grow. This is the opportunity. And this is the last time I'm showing this slide. Get the 6 weeks coaching, get the 4 certification, professional CV writing, cover letter, sample, LinkedIn, and make at least, before we finish up, 9,999 through the till number 715732. Thank you very much, Kevin. I've got a new number. Julius, I've got a new number. I'll definitely give you a call. Let me say this. As we finish, I want to know, What have you learned from this session? What is the one takeaway? I know some of you have stayed with me for the last 1.5 hours, and I want you to know, I want you to drop that in the chat. What is the one key takeaway that you have taken? Mohammed, I know you have Ahmed Mohammed, you have joined us along the way. Elijah, Evans, Julius, Jackson, Kasule, Leah, there's Salwar, there's Muktir, Sylvia, Agnes, there was Techno, all this. Gladys, you have been here throughout. What have you learned? This is my favorite part of the session where you type in what you have learned. I will read it out and then I will close it and finish up. Imagine that. This is a certificate, by the way, you get when you join. This is the Monitor Evaluation Program. Your name is right there and it's saying, this person has been formally evaluated and assessed for demonstrating skills and knowledge to monitor and evaluate project, use result-based management, and has been awarded a certificate in project monitoring and evaluation. Imagine your name right there. Would that be beautiful? So for the next 5 minutes, before I close it, I will just be reading through your takeaways and then we can call it a day. John, you're saying you have learned, come out of your comfort zone. Thank you very much. If that is what you have learned, that is good enough. Julius, you have learned successful people spend 95% of the time in education and learning new skills. Thank you very much for that. Jackson, you have learned that I can do it. There is a high potential as long as I come out of my comfort zone. Lesson learned. This is actually, as I told you, this is my favorite part of the session. At least to know I haven't wasted my time and I haven't also wasted your time. Eric, Baras is very helpful. Eric is going to get out of the comfort zone working on ransom. Thank you. It's good to work on the ransom, but let me tell you, those small steps, just making that commitment, say that's 2K right now and saying I'll top it up tomorrow and by the those small steps, sometimes small, look significant, looking insignificant, sometimes make the big jump. So do that. Judy, how much does it cost to learn project management? Oh, let me tell you, Judy, if you go that route, it will cost you almost the same amount. But if you join the coaching program, you get the course free of charge. So it is relatively around the same cost, about 30,000, but you get the coaching, you get the course for free. So take advantage of that, yeah? Judy, I would also be happy. If you can, I can talk more with you. Send me your number. I'll appreciate it. I'll give you a call tomorrow morning. Where was I? So you have learned I am out of my comfort zone now. Thank you, Brother Daniel. I appreciate that. Gladys, you have learned the best investment is to invest in myself and I can be a badass. Thank you very much, Gladys. Agnes, my purpose. Be purposeful with your time and make company realize your value. Great lesson learned there. Kibe, I've learned once you are in the learning zone, the only level you can join is the growth zone, which is a more comfortable zone than the traditional comfort. I like that. Actually, the growth zone is more of a comfortable zone than the traditional comfort zone. I like that. I didn't think about it like that. Thank you. John, how much does it cost to write CV and cover letter alone? It ranges about 1,000, 1,500, sometimes 2,000. But send me your CV. I can give you exact cost. Agnes, Daniel, very informative. I appreciate that. Will you get the session on YouTube after this? Yes, it is on YouTube. We'll finish up. You will get it there. And because I like keeping time, it is 9. One more person to say something and we call it a day. Oh, I forgot about people on YouTube. Sometimes I forget. Julia, there's Jogoda Mwangi. Are the courses online or physical? I think I answered that. The courses are online. Hopefully you're still there. One more last comment. What have you learned? And we call it a day. I wouldn't want to go beyond that. Okay, I want to believe you've learned. Thank you very much. I appreciate this. Has been a great session. Gladys Nyaribu, you're saying thank you so much. This is so informative and eye-opening. I appreciate that. And until our next